This is Feed Your Mind, and so a lot of activity has been going on in Flat Earth with this final experiment, which is not a final experiment because it's just an observation. You can have several experiments. In fact, it is disappointing that flat earthers haven't conducted a high-scale, high-profile experiment that is gaining this much attention. So for the last 10 years, what have we been doing? Why are we playing defense when we could be playing offense? You see, with the Behind the Curve documentary and this final experiment, it's all run by Globers. It's focusing on the things they want to focus on. So with Ditrh supposedly being pretty well off and offering 3 Bitcoins and stuff like that. So we have some heavy hitters, plus there was a flat earth millionaire, I recall. So with all this money in flat earth with some of these members, why aren't we conducting the experiments and going on the offensive? In fact, this is something that needs to be done as soon as possible, preferably this year, and not a rush to a flat earth run experiment, but actually something where we get together and figure out what would be the best experiment to conduct on a large national scale with high visibility and make sure that it's going to work. Because most likely Will Duffy already knew this experiment was going to work in his 24-hour sun thing. So we need to make sure we don't have another episode like how Jeranism blew that Behind the Curve documentary experiment. You need to get an experiment that you know is going to work and make it work and make it happen. So yeah, when it comes down to it, let's do that. Let's get that together. I have some ideas of what that would be. I'll get to that in another video, so make sure you're subscribed and everything. But so it looks like Jeranism has quit Flat Earth. He couldn't take the pressure because everyone's going at him for, I guess people are saying he's lying, and they're actually going at a lot of the top Flat Earthers at this point. It's like a serious thing going on internally with Flat Earth where everyone's going at each other, it looks like. So I've been looking at some of the things Ditrh has been putting out, defending a lot of the bloopers. When I'm saying defending, I'm saying that he's going over a lot of the bloopers that people have caught, and he's saying they're not bloopers. And he's making video after video saying that these aren't bloopers. And people are getting pretty upset with that. Well, some people are, at least. They're getting upset and saying, what's going on with you? Why are you spending your time trying to shut down these bloopers? Well, look, the way I look at it is basically, if people want to say these are bloopers, let them say that. Because this is what Flat Earth is about. We don't trust a lot of stuff because we've seen how many lies have been told. And so we like to see things with our own eyes. But then again, when Will Duffy was offering a lot of Flat Earthers to go to Antarctica, a lot of you declined. So, you know, at this point, what can you say? Maybe if you want to continue on with this whole 24-hour sun thing and continue to dissect it, maybe go down there every year. This could be a 5-year thing, a 5-year plan. Go down there every year and see what's going on down there, just to make sure that that really was the sun. Or was it not? Were they in the studio? Because they could have pulled something on us where maybe Jeranism and them, Witsit and all them went to Antarctica, and maybe they actually went there, but maybe there was, once they got there, maybe they were intercepted. And maybe everyone was taken to a base or some type of structure that they might have built down there, because they've had lots of years to prepare for this. Flat Earth has been around for about 10 years, so maybe they built this high profile studio or something in Antarctica where they were intercepted and taken to film the 24-hour sun. Because with Jeranism, we saw the camp. He released footage of the camp. We saw Witsit release the 24-hour sun footage in high definition. So there's a lot of footage coming out and still coming out to this day that people will be able to analyze and look into more. But with all the footage I saw, I mean, I saw the plane ride with Jaren's body cam footage, and it looks like they landed somewhere that looks like Antarctica, and he was riding bikes around, and we saw MC Toon and stuff down there, and Will Duffy, and we saw a lot of footage. There's a lot of weird footage with Witsit, particularly. Maybe was Witsit trying to tell us something that he really wasn't supposed to tell us? Was that why he was leaving those clues? Maybe he was doing that on purpose or something. Because, like, when it comes down to it, he left a lot of clues. I mean, first of all, with that vape gate thing, I mean, it just looks weird that he was crouching down below the laptop to take some puffs out of the vape and then blowing breath out. That looks weird, okay? So, I don't know. Whatever you guys think about it, I just thought that was very suspect. And then we had the whole green screen issue that we just addressed in my last video. That was weird. I mean, when you put all these together, it adds up. There's a lot of discrepancies that we found. I mean, with the boots in the snow that weren't making any tracks, that's weird. I mean, what are they saying? That it was ice? It was frozen ice? So I guess they're saying it gets kind of warm during this season, so the ice might have got kind of, the snow might have got kind of soft, and then it froze again. And then when it freezes, you can't really leave prints in the snow. Okay, whatever. I mean, I guess that's a reasonable excuse and explanation, if you will, but also you don't have to buy it either. So it's up to each individual to decide what they want to believe. And I think that at this point, we need to really start getting along better, because it's your right to believe this footage or not. I don't think this is something to where you have to say, like, everyone's a shill if you don't believe in the bloopers or, whatever. It's like, I think we have the right to figure out and analyze what we want to believe at this point. But also with Witsit Gets It, another one was when they said on the live stream they wanted him to show some snow. So he walks like 20 feet away and grabs some snow and then walks back. And I think he even cut the camera off for a minute. And then he finally comes back with some snow and drops it. That's weird, okay? I don't know. I mean, I guess he has explanations for this. I don't know if they're saying the snow wasn't pick up, he couldn't pick it up because it was like the ice type snow, where I was saying with the footprints, they're saying some of the snow was just so matted down and icy that he couldn't really pick it up. So maybe he had to walk 20 feet away. Okay, I understand that there's excuses and responses for a lot of these bloopers, but also when you put them all together, it's just weird. And then with the shadows and with the drone stuff, okay, well, look, with the body cam footage, I think that kind of shows that most likely I would guess they were probably in Antarctica. I would give them that much, but I said if there was any funny business going on with that 24-hour sun, then there could have been a studio built in Antarctica, and they could have encouraged everyone with the use of force, possibly, or with the use of threats to participate in what's about to happen. And maybe they were kind of maybe offered some incentives to follow along as well. So with Witsit and Jeranism, they both, according to what I'm aware of, I believe they both quit their day jobs for Flat Earth years ago. So with them, would they be influenced by money? Maybe this is NASA money we're talking about. Maybe Will Duffy has connections to NASA. Even with or without NASA, you have these flat earthers that quit their day jobs. And what if they were offered an incentive like millions of dollars where they would be set for life, where they don't have to worry anymore about where their next check is coming from, where their next paycheck is going to arrive, are they going to have enough money to pay for their bills and stuff. So I believe they wouldn't have quit their jobs if they didn't think they could do it on their own, but it's probably a peace of mind to just have a chunk of money thrown at them. Maybe it was like $1 to $5 million, and they're like, okay, well, this would take care of me not having to really worry about bringing in extra income anymore. So they could have been bribed to participate in this fakery. Maybe there was something going on with the whole with all these bloopers that people have discovered, because there's lots of bloopers. I mean, when you add them all up, it just looks weird and suspicious. So with the body cam footage of Jeranism, you can kind of see, okay, yeah, it looks like they might have most likely went to Antarctica, but yeah. And then Jeranism quits. Supposedly, I mean, according to reports, he left a telegram message where he quits flat earth. And he's saying it's basically because people have been brutal. You know, people have been really making him like an enemy, basically, for going down there and getting the observations. And it's like they turned on him, people who think that this was not real. That's why I said maybe reserve judgment at this point. Maybe instead of being so sure that it was fakery going on, how about we just take a step back and chill and relax for a second and not be so accusatory at this point. Maybe just kind of process the information coming in at this point instead of pointing fingers and saying, you tricked us, you know? It's like, yeah, like I admit it, a lot of the stuff does look suspicious, but some of the stuff looks kind of believable. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to be lied to, but I'm not going to all out say that we were lied to at this point. It's just kind of, I'm at a point, like I said in my last video, I'm reserving judgment and assessing the information, analyzing everything, and trying to figure it all out like we all should be doing. And I believe that's kind of what Jeranism said. I think he probably wouldn't have left that message if he even wrote that, where he's saying he's quitting flat earth. Basically, he's done being trolled. He hates the reaction that he got from a lot of flat earthers coming down on him. And so he's saying, yeah, so he's not a flat earther anymore, but it also sounds like he's saying he's not a globe earther either. So, okay, he's not necessarily saying he's going back to the globe, but he's not necessarily saying he's a flat earther. So I guess, what are you at this point? And maybe you don't have to choose a side at this point. Maybe you're just kind of on the fence at this point. I don't know what that means, because I don't really see anyone going back to the globe once you figure out the lies. Because with Will Duffy, he's saying he's such a strong believer of the globe because he believes in the moon landing, and he believes that those earth pictures from the Hamari 8 are real. And I've warned you flat earthers for years before this. I said, crack down on those earth pictures, because people believe those earth pictures are real. That's why they don't even want to hear a word about flat earth, because they think they've saw thousands of earth pictures. You guys really need to break down how these earth pictures are not real. Even NASA admits it. Robert Simmons from NASA explains how he makes those earth pictures. Go back to my first flat earth proof video. I really break it down in one of those videos, one of the first videos I put out. So yeah, that was actually one of the biggest clues for me when I first came on to the flat earth topic back in 2014, 2015 or something. So yeah, this is like my second channel. If you didn't know, I had a channel that was at like 70,000 subscribers, and you know, I had issues with YouTube at that point when they were cracking down on, you know, what people can say and talk about. And so I made this second channel, which kind of stagnated at around almost 50K views, subscribers at this point. But yeah, it's like, you know, they're trying to shut the topic down, and this would be one of the biggest deceptions of mankind, really, the history of mankind, to be lied about where we live. I mean, why are these so-called Christians like Will Duffy and MC Toon so against this information? They're trying to defend science and evolution and atheism, basically, the way I look at it, because this would actually explain a lot. So, but yeah, Jeranism sounds like he wants to still focus on trying to figure out this 24-hour sun. I mean, we got Joe Hanvey with his experiments in making real life size, well, real models, not just computer animations like the globe has. You see, the globe doesn't have a model that you can physically see. Joe Hanvey's actually making a physical model of the flat earth that can function, and you can see how it works. The globe earth could never do that. You can't put water on a ball and demonstrate how it can orbit around another object along with several others, which they're calling as planets. You can't demonstrate that in a physical model on a globe. All they have is cartoons and CGI. Flat Earth is actually making physical models of where we live and trying to make that work. We just still got to work out a few kinks and everything, but it looks like they're progressing. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know if Jeranism is just upset for the moment and spoke out like that, just frustrated and ranting, because I don't believe he has made a statement like that with his actual acknowledgement of saying something like this, where we could see him saying that, you know, a live stream video or something where we can actually see him saying something like that, where he's done with Flat Earth. But I wouldn't be surprised if he is, just based off of the treatment he's gotten. And Ditrh, I saw they were coming down on him pretty hard, like I said, for defending Jeranism and Witsit. And so, look, at this point, like I said, I mean, I think a lot of the stuff was suspicious as well. And also, I'm not going to rule out maybe they were there. Maybe they did see some type of 24-hour sun. Who knows? I mean, and what was this 24-hour sun? What was in the sky then? And look, we're going to brainstorm more on this stuff in some other videos. So make sure you're subscribed and click that notification bell so we can really start cracking down on some of this stuff, because this is kind of a big deal, you know. But like I said, at this point, I think you need to counter this final experiment with an experiment of our own. Stop playing defense all the time. We've been in this for 10 years. Let's get our money together, get our best experts together, come up with a perfect experiment to demonstrate to the public and prove Flat Earth once and for all. You've had 10 years. We can't just stop. You know, you guys are depending on Will Duffy and the Behind the Curve and think people like this, the globe earthers, basically, to put out stuff on a high profile. Why aren't we doing our own? You know, let's start doing our own thing and making it a big deal, though. Let's prove the Flat Earth. Counter this with proving the Flat Earth once and for all. Let's get this taken care of. Like I said, there's going to be another video coming up where we're going to discuss some ways to prove Flat Earth. And I guess that's what we should be really focusing on. Not so much on what Will Duffy is doing and, you know, what these globe earthers are doing. I think we really should be spending more energy on proving Flat Earth. Water lays level. People aren't upside down in Antarctica and walking around a ball. We've been lied to. Outer space is not what we are told. There's a lot of evidence. The NASA fakery that we've uncovered. There's a whole lot of proof that we've uncovered over the years. So let's narrow it down to one experiment that we can conduct as soon as possible, preferably this year, and not an experiment that you haven't made sure is going to work, like you did in that Behind the Curve documentary with Jeranism. So, look, we covered a lot in this video. We discovered that basically, you know, it's possible that anything could have happened down there. We don't know if Witsit and Jeranism were paid off, if they were forced to say what they said. I mean, with Jeranism, with Witsit, he even wrote something similar to like the moon landing. He said one small step for man, one giant leap for Flat Earth or something, like referencing the moon landing. When he came back, Witsit had titled one of his videos like that. And that's suspicious. Was that another clue? It's almost like Witsit was trying to leave us clues. He was saying something about those mountains being real close. So with the moon landing, that's a perfect reference, though, because we saw the footprints thing, where the lack of footprints, I should say, in the snow. And then a lot of the questions we have about some of the images and footage we've gotten back. And so did you guys really go to Antarctica? I mean, like I said, I believe they probably went there, but was there a studio built there where you guys tried to make it look like there is 24-hour sun? We got to definitely go back. We got to go back like every year. And I'm kind of disappointed that Mark Sargent and Ditrh and everybody declined, because it would have been better if there would have been more of you down there. I guess, what would have we called them all liars if they came back and said they saw the 24-hour sun? I don't know, but I just think that too many people declined that trip. We should have, went down there and, I don't know if it was a good idea to have everybody on one plane like that, though. That probably would have been kind of risky. But, you know, when it comes down to it, it looks like Witsit might have left us some clues. Who knows? I don't know if anyone was paid off. I don't know if, because that moon landing thing, they came down and you could tell something was off with these guys. You know, it was like they were depressed and they were saying how they went to the moon, and you could tell something was off with them, though. You know, those astronauts. So for Witsit to name his video "One Small Step for Man, One Giant Leap for Mankind," or whatever he put on his title, it's like, are you leaving us clues, bro? Anyways, let me know what you guys think. But look, before I get out of here, I think everybody just relax, take a deep breath, and, you know, with all the information that we're discovering, let's just take a second and try to figure it out, because I wouldn't even put it past like what Ditrh was saying. Like, maybe they went down there and saw a 24-hour sun, but that doesn't mean they saw what they thought they saw. Or maybe they did. You know, either way, the earth is still flat. So what I think Ditrh is saying is, yeah, so he's saying most likely they probably did go down there and see a 24-hour sun for several days. And the thing is, what type of technology are we dealing with here? Are we dealing with, I mean, we're almost dealing with creation itself. Maybe the way this place is designed doesn't want us to figure this out. Or maybe there's some highly advanced civilizations outside of Antarctica that have the ability to project a sun in the sky and make it look like there's something going on with that. Maybe, you know, we don't know what we're dealing with here at this point. But as we continue to analyze the data and the information, maybe we'll crack this and figure it out. What happened? What really happened? Maybe there was some deception going on. Or maybe there, like I said, maybe there was a sun, maybe there wasn't. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. But I think everybody just should relax and stop going at each other. I think that's what they wanted, was to break flat earthers apart and make everybody go at each other internally. I think we need to chill with all that. So let's stop. Let's just relax a little bit and figure this out calmly, and we have time to figure this out this year. And like I said, instead of just trying to figure it out, let's get our own experiment going. So that's about it for today, y'all. Like the video. Let's get over 500 likes on this video. Also, follow Feed Your Mind on all social media. Links are in the comment section and description box. Sign up to Feed Your Mind's free email newsletter. And let's see. Make sure you follow me on my new channel, Exclusive Updates. Link is in the comment section and description box. I'm going to talk about some other stuff on that channel, not related to this channel at all. We're going to cover stuff that, yeah, some stuff that's different from this channel. So subscribe over there. And also, let's see, yeah, if you would like to support this channel, please donate as little as $1 to help keep this channel online by becoming a YouTube member or a monthly patron. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Feed Your Mind, signing off.